guys, today we've got the brand that's filling the void of Yeezys. Travis Scott Jordans are now going to be impossible to buy, and it is week 2 of our Sneaky Sunday giveaway. Welcome to Sneaky Sunday. How has your weekend been? There's actually been some releases that are a little bit more interesting than I initially anticipated. So let's go over a quick recap before getting into the upcoming stuff, and let's kick it off with the Kobe Air Forces. So 2 dropped over the weekend. The white one, which was a little bit more available than the black pair. The white one actually dropped globally through the Nike sneakers app, a bunch of different retailers. However, the black one was significantly harder to get. I think it was limited to just a few thousand pairs, and I think that only dropped out in the US. So let me know if you grabbed either of them, and even more so if you grabbed the black ones, big W. The brand new Jordan Flight Courts dropped, and these things ended up being incredibly limited. I don't even think they had a sneakers app release for you guys out in the US. I think it was just like select retailers. Here in the EU, there was like 150 pairs, and that was it. Now, obviously, a few different retailers dropped them. Not entirely sure how many pairs they had. Point is, these things were very hard to get your hands on. Luckily, I snagged a pair. I'm very keen to check these things out. With that being said, let's get into this upcoming stuff, and of course, we're going to start it off with some releases that are right around the corner that you need to know about. First one is the Drake Nike Air Forces. So initially, we thought it was just like 1 or 2 colorways. Turns out there's 3 different pairs, all dropping on the exact same day, which is December the 11th. So I'm over here on the Nike sneakers app. We've got this citron tint colorway, just all over yellow. Then we've got a restock of the triple white one coming in a full family size run, which I don't think it did before. And then finally, we've got the palest purple, or the slightly purple bluish pair. These now retail for $160, so you're paying an extra 60 bucks, especially for the white one, for literally just a logo on the heel, and that is it, or a little bit of text saying certified lover boy. Fair enough, the quality is a little bit upgraded. It's definitely better than a regular pair of Forces, but just know if you're going for this white one, do you really need it? We've got a very interesting and wild collaboration dropping between CPFM, Uniqlo, and Spongebob. So this is the brand new collection that's going to be dropping very, very soon this month. We've got a little poster here of this 3-way collaboration, which, yeah, it's very random, I guess is the best way to kind of describe it. But at the end of the day, I mean, CPFM has done collaborations with some pretty random things like McDonald's and stuff like that. This somehow, they got Spongebob involved, and they're dropping a bunch of different pieces. We've got t-shirts with big graphics on the front, like this trippy picture. We've got this one, pretty simple. Got something on the back though, got Spongebob. It looks like he's in his underwear or something. We got this one, which is pretty funny. I like this t-shirt. This one's also pretty cool. We got Patrick Star, and all of these t-shirts are going to be $25, which is pretty reasonable. Same goes for the hoodies. These things are only $50, which is, again, very, very reasonable. I don't know what the quality's like. I'm not someone who has bought a bunch of Uniqlo pieces, but that seems pretty decent for a hoodie, 50 bucks. Then you've got some plushies and accessories, which is interesting. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is the entire collection. It might be, but there could also be some other pieces in there. Either way, all of this is going to be dropping on December the 12th. So if you're interested in any of it, that's your date. And again, it's pretty affordable. I imagine it's going to sell out. Now, a release that's right around the corner, and an interesting story in general, is the fact that Crocs seems to be trying to take over Yeezy, or at least fill that void. So this is the upcoming Ding Yang Zhang Crocs foam runner style shoe. If you didn't know, Ding Yang Zhang was a Yeezy designer before the whole thing kind of, went to shit. And this is his latest collaboration with Crocs, which is very interesting. These things are going to retail for $85, and they're dropping on the 12th of December, specifically in this white colorway. These do look a lot like Crocs, but they also look a lot like foam runners. I think it's pretty obvious to see, and that doesn't seem like something that's, too crazy. This is a Yeezy designer going over to Crocs and just doing what he does best, but you can see the Yeezy influence in there. I think these things look pretty good for a pair of Crocs. I would like to check these things out. They look like they're nice and wide. They're probably going to be pretty comfortable. But the interesting thing about Crocs is that now this is their second Yeezy designer that they've just hired. Obviously, the one that we just spoke about a couple weeks ago was the fact that Steven Smith left Yeezy, or got fired. We're not entirely sure the whole story behind that, but then he joined Crocs. So Crocs now has 2 Yeezy Yeezy designers that are working with them. And obviously with Steven Smith at the helm, I'm sure he might try and bring some other people over. So seeing how Crocs is moving, could they kind of swoop in and kind of take over that interesting design language of Yeezy and bring it to market when Yeezy is no longer a thing? I think charging $85 for these is pretty solid. Just like a couple weeks ago, we had Adidas do a collaboration with Ding Yang Zhang, and they charged $300 for the sneakers, and then I think like $250 for the Sambas that he did. So seeing Crocs doing something a little bit different and charging something that's relatively reasonable, similar to what he did with the Slay Bembury collaboration, I think it's a good move. Now, along with this white colorway, there's a bunch of others that are also going to be dropping next year. We've got this like teal colorway, and then we've got some kind of spray painted, faded type material. Interesting to see that they're going like a slightly different route to like the mixture effect that Yeezy and Adidas did on the foam runners. We've got the all over black colorway, and then we've got this one, very, very similar, just a slight different variation of colors. Let me know what you think about this, and let me know if you would like to try this pair out. Another update dropping this month is the Nike Nigo Air Force 3 Low in the Baroque Brown colorway. We now have official images of these things, and we also have a release date, which is December the 19th. Now, I'm sure these are going to come with some kind of clothing collection like the first one did. Maybe something a little bit more toned down and not so colorful like the first one. Would make sense to go with these shoes. But yeah, the more I see these things, the more I kind of like them. And I definitely want to try this pair of shoes out. I didn't get a chance with the first one, so I'm hoping it's a little bit easier to buy these things than the last one was. Nevertheless, there is a lot going on with this pair of shoes. A lot of different materials, a lot of different textures. So I can understand if some people are like, yuck, these are not great. But to me, I kind of like them. I'm going to be going for them. Let me know what you think of these, but let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Another pair that's going to be dropping this month is the Adidas Adizero Evo SL. Now, Soul Retriever is saying that there's going to be a restock of these. However, I had a little look on the Adidas app, and these things are up. They're going to be dropping, or they're already up for like a participation thing. You can like enter the draw for these. It's going to be going down on December the 12th. So if you want to enter up, do that now, because obviously the draw ends on December the 12th. These things are very, very good shoes. I bought these on the first release, which I believe was October 25th, and I've been wearing them around ever since. It's one of my favorite Adidas shoes for 2024. They're incredibly comfortable. It's a good looking pair of shoes to daily. One of the most comfortable shoes that Adidas has put out in recent times. Just wanted to let you guys know, if you wanted like an everyday active style sneaker, this is my go-to at the moment, and I wanted to, you know, for anybody who wanted to try them out, this is your next opportunity, December the 12th. Now, sticking with Adidas, they're doing something pretty interesting with this new cushioning material. This is the Adidas Z Sponge, and apparently it might be even softer than Boost. Now, this material, or whatever, this design of this midsole does look pretty strange. I just wish that Adidas did a different upper with it and went something like a little bit more futuristic than going with like the slightly futuristic midsole and then just plopping like a retro style shoe on the top. Just makes this whole sneaker model look a little bit disjointed. But I'm definitely keen to try these things out. I mean, it looks wild. If it is some crazy, you know, super soft cushioning technology that Adidas has come up with, I'm all down for that. They're going to be dropping on December the 19th in these two colorways, which are not really my favorite. I don't mind this blue one. I think that's the one I'm going to try and grab. But either way, these are something that's a little bit interesting. If it turns out to be way softer than Boost, and this is something that Adidas moves forwards with, I will let you guys know, because I'm going to be going after that. All right, now as promised, let's talk about this giveaway before moving any further, because if you guys missed last week's episode, every single Sunday I'm going to be announcing a new giveaway in the lead up to Christmas. So this is the second week that we've been doing this. We already picked a winner on Wednesday for the Black Cement 3. So we got a winner, Frankie. He won them. They're on the way. So what are we doing for this week? Well, this week, instead of just one pair of shoes, I thought let's make this a little bit interesting. You know, let's go crazy with it. So we're going to be doing a mystery box. This mystery box could include one pair of shoes. It could include two pair of shoes. It could be sneakers and clothing. It could be something random. It's going to be whatever I kind of feel like on the day. But at very minimum, it's going to be one pair of shoes at the very, very minimum. But it's going to be more than that. Now, all you have to do in order to be entered for this giveaway is subscribe to the channel and and then drop a comment down in the comment section. It can be any comment, whatever it is. Just make sure that you include either your Instagram handle or your Twitter account handle so that I can contact you and let you know if you win. And like always, thank you so much for supporting the channel, supporting Sneaky Sundays. It's a pillar of this channel over here, and I've been really enjoying making these videos every single Sunday and going over the upcoming sneakers. That is the giveaway. Again, we're going to be picking winners on Wednesday, the midweek re-up episode. Either way, let's put this in the back. There we go. Let's get a nice little shot of it right over there. Mystery box giveaway is now live. Let's keep this thing moving. We've got some pretty big Jordan 11 news, a couple different pieces. First one is that the Air Jordan 11 Gamma is going to be returning next year. So we're only just about to get to the holiday 2024, which of course is the Legend Blues, but now we already have leaks that we know that we're going to get the Jordan 11 Gamma next year for the holiday season. Now all we have is the information that these are going to be dropping. We know that the last release of the Gamma was 2013. And I've seen some people say that like it's too soon, but I think that's a decent amount of time. Like last release 2013, they are reselling for a ton of money, so these coming back in 2025 kind of makes sense. I mean, every single year we're gonna get at least 1 or 2 different Jordan 11 releases, and obviously the holiday one is the big one where they drop a bunch of different pairs, like almost 1 million pairs. So that's kind of what's happening with the Legend Blues, and obviously what's going to happen for the Gammas. But I would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think about the Gamma 11s dropping next year? Is that the pair that you wanted, or would you rather have had a different colorway? If so, let me know which one down in the comments. Now we also have another Jordan 11 dropping next year, again same time during the holiday season, and that is a Rare Air colorway. What we know, one thing is for certain, is that Jordan Brand is going very hard into this Rare Air kind of pack that they're doing. I guess it's not necessarily a pack, but it's a bunch of different Jordans all getting the Rare Air treatment. We've got Jordan 1s, the Rare Airs that are dropping next year, Jordan 4s, obviously Rare Airs, Jordan 3s, and I think that is about it, but there might be some other ones, and now we're getting some 11s. Now it looks like the release date for these is going to be the 13th of December 2025. Obviously that could move around. I think they're just putting it in there, in which case is the Rare Air going to be the big holiday release? I don't think so. It would make more sense if it's, you know, a retro color or like an older re-release colorway, the Gammas. Either way, both of them are dropping next year. Let me know your thoughts on this. Again, we don't have any kind of images of this shoe, just speculative mock-ups of what it could look like, and I'm sure it might have some cool details on it as well. Now what was originally speculated to drop next year was an Air Jordan 11 black, red, gray. However, this is now being cancelled. So they cancelled this one, whatever it was going to be, and they replaced it with both the Gamma 11s and the Rare Air. So no more whatever this one was. We just got some first looks at the upcoming Air Jordan 1 Low OG Year of the Snake, and these things look pretty interesting. So we've got some in-hand shots over here. These are going to be dropping on the 23rd of January, so not that far away. They look to have some kind of like, you know, just gray and white upper in terms of like the actual material. There does look to be something a little bit interesting going on with this tongue. I'm not sure if it's just a different color or if it's a different material. Could be like some kind of snake print or something like that. Oh yeah, we can see over here it is some kind of like, I don't know, snake print. That's what that is? Or is it like just stitching going across? I'm not entirely sure. It looks like quilted type material. The Jordan branding on the back looks pretty crazy. It looks like some big plastic iridescent thing, which looks pretty crazy. Almost looks like eyeballs. Underneath, you've got a clear outsole. You've got snake print on the Nike swoosh, and then you've got this hang tag, which looks like a crocodile skin wallet. Either way, pretty interesting details. Again, January release. Let's keep it moving. Also a January release, this one even sooner. January the 11th, we're getting the Black Cat Jordan 3s, and we just got some on-foot shots, so I wanted to show you guys. They're definitely looking less blue than some of the other, you know, kind of early images that we were looking at. So the laces do definitely seem to have some kind of blue-ish treatment to them, like just slightly. Again, it could just be the colors on the camera, and it could just be gray and black, but from here it does look like some kind of blue. I'm not entirely sure, but at least the leather that was like on the other ones, it was super blue. These ones just look pretty much just blacked out, as they should be. They're looking nice. They're looking a lot better than some of those early images made them look. That's for damn sure. I don't know how excited people are for these. Are you interested in the Black Cat 3s? I know everybody's going to go head over heel for the Black Cat 4s, but what do you think about the Black Cat 3s? Are you going for them or not? We just got first looks at the upcoming Nike Nike Kobe 6 Dodgers colorway, which is not a PE. They're actually going to be dropping next year on Mamba Day. So this is them over here. I'm not entirely sure if these are like recent shots or if this is like of a PE that they did. Most likely the latter, but this is them in hand. This is what they're going to look like. Look at this like baseball style stitching that's over the tongue. That's really interesting. The colors are really nice, although these in-hand shots don't make them look the most vibrant and nice. These ones definitely make them look a lot more palatable. You got the jersey number 8 printed on the side, obviously the Kobe signature around the back. These things are looking pretty dope. Now, in terms of an actual release date, April the 13th, which was the date of Kobe's last game, so that's now known as Kobe Day, I believe, or Mamba Day. We just got some brand new leaks of the upcoming Supreme Nike Dunk Lows, which are going to be dropping next year. It's literally been such a long time that we've had these things leaked and rumored, like forever, and we're only just now seeing the entire shoe. Like, we've seen like little freaking close-up images that have made them look like shit, but we finally have them. This is them, and keep in mind, there's at least 5 pairs dropping. I've even heard that some people are saying that there's 6 pairs. So let's go through them. First one is a yellow and black or a yellow and gray color, depending on what picture you're looking at. Just covered in suede. Pretty basic for like a Supreme SB release. Like, normally they go pretty crazy with their different designs and patterns. You got a little tag on the side which says Nike SB and Supreme. We're also getting a purple colorway, exactly the same type material, just this one is now purple, black, and gray. This one's pretty nice. I don't mind the purples at all. You've got that 94 embroidered into the heel. Then we've got this all over white colorway, which seems to be the most boring. It seems to be like basic Nike Dunk leather, and then you've got the 94 on the back, and that is it. Some more looks at the tag. There's also going to be a blue and black colorway, which probably would be my favorite. I'm just a sucker for blue. These are the kind of leaks I've been talking about, these little close-up shots. This is one that's going to be dropping. Just imagine it in suede like the other ones. Then we're getting an all-over black and red pair, and then this is a video of the white pair, probably the least interesting, at least in my opinion. Let me know which one is your favorite. Which one would you be going for? Mine personally is the blue colorway for sure. Overall, there's going to be 5 different colorways, so I think we've seen like 4 as of right now. We're still waiting on the other one. Maybe, I don't know which one, the black one we haven't fully seen. Either way, let me know what you think about this, and in terms of a release date, just at some point 2025, but if we get any more updates, I will let you guys know. All right, let's get into this Travis Scott news. A couple big updates. First one is that we've now got some first looks at the upcoming Fragment Air Jordan 1 Low for 2025. The Fragment Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, I should say. This is them right over here, a sample pair. This one's most likely to be the one that's dropping. We know that the Fragment designer, he has been wearing them in the lead up to this release. So this one is going to be an absolute crazy one for next year. And I think the one massive takeaway from this pair of shoes is it looks like they went with some pretty insane materials or some pretty insane leather. Like some of these top-down shots or even from afar, you can see how thick the leather cuts off. So it looks like we're going to be getting like the pink laces, the black laces, I'm sure the sail laces as well to like match the tongue. This one over here, some blue laces as well. This looks like an ultra premium pair, kind of to match the highs, except obviously they're low cuts now, just mostly white with some blue Fragment details all over. It's the 10th Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott sneaker that we've seen so far. It might be the final one. In terms of a release date, these are going to be dropping September the 3rd next year. Let me know what you think about them. Do you like them? Are you going to be going for them? Where do you think they rank in the Fragment Travis Scott lineup? Are they the best, or are they like last place, coming in at 3rd spot? Okay, so this one is pretty annoying. It's pretty interesting at the same time, but moving forward, Travis Scott shoes will be even harder to get. Now, this is an interesting move because typically we've seen brands or collaborations in general, like they do a few super limited pairs and then they just open the floodgates. They turn the tap all the way on and they pump out different pairs. And that's what a lot of people assumed Travis Scott and Jordan Brand were doing. They started, super limited. Those shoes were going for thousands and they started just releasing more and more colorways and the stocks kept like slowly going up. Today we are, I think, 30 something pairs of Travis Scott, Jordan, and Nikes deep, and we're seeing leaks for a bunch more in 2025. He's obviously launched his new signature sneaker with the Jumpman Jack, and then the Trail Jacks or whatever the hell those ones are called, the Nike shoes. But it seems like right at this point, it now seems like Travis Scott is saying, nah, we're gonna make these things even harder to get. How the story goes is basically Travis Scott has seen what's going on. I think maybe he's seen the fact that I don't know, some people are kind of complaining that Travis Scott shoes are just getting cooked now. They're getting overdone, overused. There's too many colorways or something like that. That is definitely a conversation in the sneaker world right now. And he's like, okay, well, let's just close that tap up a little bit and make them more limited. And this is because Travis Scott wants to get more involved with the sneakers or the releases. According to these pages, it only applies to retailers and not the Nike sneakers app, which I'm not entirely sure what that means. Maybe he wants to like shrink the number of retailers that are actually selling his shoes down to just a few. So just note, these velvet browns might be extremely hard to get your hands on. We're not entirely sure yet. I don't think they've loaded up to the Nike sneakers app or any retailers, but I think we're going to get a good idea of how hard it's going to be to get Travis Scott sneakers in the future with this release. So yeah, just know that like we've all been taking L's on Travis Scott's. I've never got one for retail, so it getting even harder, it's like, god damn, I might as well give up at this point. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think it's a good move by Travis Scott and Nike, or do you think it's just terrible and they should make them widely available? All right, this one is really interesting and quite unexpected. So we just got a new kind of consensus or some kind of research that was done on the most popular sneaker brands specifically in the US. So this is the graph over here. I'm going to go through it one by one. So right at the bottom we have On Cloud, which I think, you know, only recently in like 2022, 2023, they've been moving up quite a lot. It's interesting. When I was in Vegas, I went to some kind of like outlet shopping center where they had like all of the different factory stores like Nike, Adidas, and all of that. And everything was dead. It was like, you know, the middle of the day on like a Tuesday. But the only store that had a queue going out of it was On. I just thought that was super interesting. On is definitely growing. However, they're on the bottom of this list. Next, we have Hoka with 5% worn and 7% purchased. Just above that, we have other, I assume just random other brands. Above that, we've got Under Armour, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't often see too many people rocking Under Armour, but I guess maybe it's just a US thing. Above that, we have Reebok, another pretty interesting one that I didn't know would make the list. Vans, this one I thought would be a little bit higher. It's like one of those sneaker brands that you just expect still has such an iconic legacy. So many people would be rocking them. Now above that, we have Puma, which is very interesting because I kind of thought that they really dipped over the past few years in terms of like popularity and interesting stuff that they were doing. It's only been like this year that they've been moving up and really putting out some interesting silhouettes and also some interesting collaborations, like the most recent one with A$AP Rocky. Now above that, we have Jordan Brand, which is lower than I expected. I think for the past few years it's been number 2, but that's dropped down. And then above Jordan Brand, guys, no joke, we have Skechers. That is something I did not expect. Jordan Brand below Skechers. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but people apparently love Skechers. Above Skechers, we have New Balance. That makes sense. Above New Balance, we have Adidas, both at 40% most worn and 40% purchased. And at the top, to no one's surprise, is Nike. Interesting list. I'd like to see more from like different places around the world, like what's the most popular brand in Europe and how that kind of differs. But let me know if you're from the US, how accurate is this? But that is the final story for today, guys. Do not forget to enter the giveaway. Again, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment with your Instagram or your Twitter handle, and we'll pick a winner on Wednesday. I will see you guys there, and if you want to catch another video, click that one right over there.